sure?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, my name is Shaun England. Thank you for the moment of silence. I'm aware. Yeah, comedian James Acaster once said that 90% of confident people are called Shaun because they know how their name is spelled. You can't misspell my last name. No, I've tried. Some people think it's a stage name, and I just don't reply, to be honest. Why bother? It's always good to know as well that your last name, without even looking, is searchable in the Epstein files. Yeah. One thing about being called England though, no one asks you where you're from, which is quite nice, I suppose. I'm from Somerset. Not anyone asked, that's fine. London kind of talks about Somerset quite unfairly, kind of label it as being quite incestual, quite incesty, you know? I mean, even, to be fair though, at school there was this one kid, and there was a rumour that he slept with his aunt, so the bullies called him Anti-Climax. Yeah, didn't end well, you know? But I actually come from a very working class background, and at a very early age I had to all by myself discover Top Man. Anyway, you guys ready for some new material? Thanks. I needed that. Vintage actually, but you won't. Easy cheesy joke. But no, I've actually been doing alright. I recently started seeing someone. Yeah, not a therapist this time. And I was single, you know, to the point that somebody asked me who I'm with, and I said O2. I realised that when you've been in a few relationships, you kind of start running out of like fresh, sweet nicknames to call each other. And I refuse to call her babe because that's what my dad calls my mum and me. It's a bit weird. I mean, growing up, I thought he was calling me a pig. A few cinephiles in the room, nice. But to be fair, I do have quite big nostrils, and I did leave the farm to try and make it big in the city. Still know that'll do, pig, but that's fine. Yeah, I've had some nice, sweet nicknames in the past, though, from previous relationships, like Apple, Honey, Corn Hub. Yeah, when I wore my green shirt, you know. Green was her favourite colour, of course, which was very fitting because we were both toxic. I'm used to agricultural slurs as well. Like all my life I've been called Shaun the Sheep. Yeah? Which is actually quite fitting nowadays because I do follow a lot of dogs on Instagram. Hey, I used to love Wallace and Gromit. I went to the exhibition that's on at the Vienna Childhood at the moment. Anyone been? No, I went during half term. And I just thought to myself, my God, I hope I never have an autism test. I would pass. I would. But no, my girlfriend, her sweet nickname for me is Mr. Calm. Okay. And I looked it up, and it is one of the Mr. Men. Yeah, not a looker. He's no Mr. Right, you know? Which could be a sweet nickname for my granddad. He just loves a pub quiz. And the news. Of course, he calls it the boat racing. Yes, I'm aware that joke is a hard sell. That's the world we live in. But I'm always quite surprised when people call me calm because I've got my frustrations. One of them nowadays is actually self-help. Because, right, who in the modern day wants to be more aware? Mm-hmm. I mean, if I see one more BetterHelp advert, I may pay for YouTube, to be fair. I was watching the Louis Theroux documentary, Into the Manosphere. Anyone seen it? Yeah! Yeah, and I just thought to myself, very briefly, I mean, maybe life would be easier if I was a shit, sexist, horrible, racist, simple man. But then I have a very small outlook on life. And a tiny manosphere. But I do enjoy Headspace, the meditation app. Any fans? No? Okay, just me. Fine. I just talk to myself. But no, I actually think it's a really good thing. I paid £50 for a year subscription to it before realising you can get it free from your doctor. So that was a great start. Therapy I've enjoyed in the past as well, but that's very expensive, as we know. I mean, last time when I was having sessions, I spent half of them wondering when I'm going to have a breakthrough. May as well buy condoms, I suppose. Just kidding. No, I haven't done that for a while. Last time I did, they called me Johnny English. Not my favourite sweet nickname, to be fair. But things have been going well romantically, though. She does do one thing I'm not so sure on, and it's reformer Pilates. Yeah? I imagine it's like normal Pilates, but you just stretch out the right side of your body. The old inhale, exhale. Everybody hanging out like that, trying to take a picture at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. What a sight. But she likes to keep fit. She loves her Peloton bike. She says there's something about riding something longer than a minute. Went to the gym with her the other day, which is weird, seeing her with a PT. I mean, he's such a fuckboy that even his boxers stay next. I used to have a PT, and he used to always tell me, you always feel great when you leave the gym. And that was the last time he grabbed my ass. Yeah. There's always a novelty sign, encouragement up on the walls as well. At her gym, there's one that reads, "You're already lapping the version of you that didn't show up." So I left. My gym, there was one that was up that got taken down for being grammatically incorrect because it read, "Jim will fix it." Yeah, some have the spelling of a child, Anyway, it's nice to do things together. It's nice not to be single. Obviously, it gets harder and harder these days. I mean, even if you do things nowadays as a single person, like sign into porn sites. Rightly so, let's be honest. I mean, it was a struggle though. At one point, I was even considering watching comedian clips online that had been recorded from the crowd, just to get the back of the head. Just kidding, I did. Just have been getting more haircuts, to be fair. And no longer walking up the escalator. Well, that's the end of that new joke. It's great nice to be on the dating apps as well. I mean, I had my fair share of bad dates. Even I once found myself in the bathroom asking for Angela. Of course, I said it 3 times into a mirror. And then former German Chancellor Angela Merkel appeared. And asked Mr. England if I still wish to remain. Don't know what it was about. But I think I'd get a bad rep, to be fair. I always enjoyed them. Like, I did date quite a lot, but I was always quite nerdy, I was never quite a fuck boy, more of a game boy, I suppose. Advance. S&P. But the problem is with dating apps, obviously, guys treat them like it's a video game. And I don't know, like, even when it wasn't a great match, you meet some amazing people. Like, I was dating someone called Shaun, and we weren't a great match, but it was quite nice, seeing an A next to my name, because I wasn't that bright in school. And she was like a rhythmic gymnast, a dancer, the one with the ribbons. Yeah, she said on her profile she was a walking red flag, which I quite enjoyed at the time. But we found ourselves in an open relationship. Yeah, we met on this dating app called Field. Yeah, for those of you who don't know Field, it's kind of like where I'm from, and everyone on there likes to mate in herds. Yeah, it's a very sexually forward app, which is great, but it can be like a little bit rough sometimes. Like the roof on a bus stop, let's say. And yeah, we tried and tried. We found ourselves in an open relationship, as I was saying, but it was just on her end. And I didn't mind. She dated others and I played PlayStation. I was single player, she was online multiplayer. Players gotta play. You might say we had no cheat codes. Yeah, then one time I gave her the yick when we were gaming together, and I called her my Crash Bandicoot. After that, not exactly many solid snakes. It wasn't her Final Fantasy. Not many gamers in the room, is there? That's okay, I prefer to be outdoors sometimes too. But she said to me, we need to talk. It was actually quite a relief to hear when you're worried about being gagged. She felt like I didn't chase her enough. I thought to myself, well, if video games have taught me anything, it's that Sonic doesn't chase tails. And you should always keep knuckles away from your rings. Then I told her that, and she looked at me very blankly and told me that I had no game. And on that very sad note, I have to go. And thank God I'm no longer single. Thanks all.